Hey guys, Kion here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of For the Love of Anime. This series follows my reviews and thoughts on animes I've watched and giving my opinion on them. And without further ado, let's just jump into it.
It is the year 0079 of the Universal Century. A half-century has passed since Earth began moving its burgeoning population into gigantic orbiting space colonies. A new home for mankind, where people are born and raised, and die. 9 months ago, the cluster of colonies furthest from the Earth, called Side 3, proclaimed itself the Principality of Zeon and launched a war of independence against the Earth Federation. Initial fighting lasted over 1 month and saw both sides lose half their respective populations. People were horrified by the indescribable atrocities that had been committed in the name of independence. 8 months had passed since the rebellion began. They were at a stalemate.
So in today's episode, I'm going to be covering the Mobile Suit Gundam Origin. Let me tell you, I finished this in a day, and it's 6 episodes, with each episode having a runtime of about 60 minutes. Lately, I've been binging a lot of Gundam, and I think this is one of the best series since it showcases what happens before the 1-year war between Zeon and the Federation, and what led to all those awful events like Zeon dropping an entire space colony on the Earth sphere. Now, hear me out. If you don't like mechs, it's totally okay, but I think this small 6-episode series might actually be for you. It talks more about the principles of Zeon and the Federation, as well as it's filled with a lot of thriller suspense, amazing action sequences, and a very lovable cast that will have you emotionally invested. Right now, from the get-go, you get introduced to Zeon Zum Daikun, who was the leader, right, and the one who wanted to have Side 3 to be free from Federation control under peaceful negotiations, right, but was later killed by the Zabi family during the conference in front of the Federation and the Zeon, which caused them to form a dictatorship and then start the war in the name of Zeon Daikun. So pretty much, they killed the leader, scapegoated him, then took control. Then they later changed the name of Side 3 to the Principality of Zeon, and was also the ones to create mobile suits. During the time of Zeon Daikun, right, mobile suits weren't invented yet. It was after he died. Let's continue on. So Daikun had 2 kids, a daughter by the name of Artesia Sum Daikun and a son Caswell Rem Daikun. The Zabi family tried to kill them since they were the heirs to Zeon, so with the help of their close family friends, the Rals, which consisted of Jimbo Ral's son, Rambo Ral, and his Boothang Haman, they made sure that the kids escaped to Earth and changed their names to Salem Mas and Edwin Mas. I also want to state that Dejwin Soto Zabi and his family were loyalists and were trying everything in their power to kill the rest of the living family. During this time though, the Zabi family made sure Zeon Zum Daikun's ex-wife, who I want to state couldn't bear any children, exiled Daikun's second wife in a tower, that she later got sick and died. I honestly think it's so messed up because of jealousy, the mom, right, had to die. Afterwards, Sayla and Edward lived with their new stepdad, which he ended up sending the kids to the Texas colony. Jimbo was with them and ended up dying before anything due to a terrorist attack by the Zeons on Earth, and so did their stepdad later on after Sayla was older on Texas.
Universal Century 0068. Chaos reigns as the Zabi regime exerts its control.
Long live Digwin Zabi!
But the 1-year war is still years away.
What in the world is that thing?
Mobile suits are merely in development. But so is the scorned future leader of a new movement.
He has a keen mind. He's a special boy with many unique qualities.
Tensions rise.
Your father was assassinated by those Zabi fiends!
Allegiances are drawn.
Join me! Stand with me! On the battlefield!
And sides are chosen.
Who are they? The enemy. And I'm gonna take them out.
See the story that started it all, reimagined and gorgeously updated. Mobile Suit Gundam. The Origin premieres July 6th at 3. Suit up again.
It's not all you got! Why, you?
For the first time. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
When they entered the Texas colony, they were met by Chief Manager Roger Aznable, with his family, his loving wife, and his son Char Aznable. One thing I want to point out is that Char and Edward look the same. They're identical, except for their eye color. Char has brown eyes, Edward has blue. They both ended up leaving Texas colony to join Zeon, but as they went to the spaceport, their movements were being followed by Zeon, because they wanted to kill and prevent Edward from entering Zeon, or else he'd inherit the throne and have the people on his side. At the spaceport, they rigged the ship Edward was going to be on to explode when he leaves port. Edward knew this and switched places with Char. Edward ended up taking Char's paper to go to the academy and went on another ship while Char got blown up. That's why Char is such an important villain, because people thought, right, Caswell was dead, but in reality he used Char's name and used him as a decoy so that he can live. So the original Char Aznable is 100% dead, and the Char you know is actually Caswell Rem Daikun. As Caswell, or Char now, entered the academy, he ended up being kinda buddy-buddy with Dedwin's son, Garma, which is like a spoiled rich kid, and Char outclassed everyone in the academy. What led to the war was that the Federation vessel neglected docking procedures and crashed into a farm sub-colony, killing all the farmers and the crops that they had, sparking the divide between Zeon and the Federation. During this time, the trainees at the academy had to pick up everything. During this era, the Federation was teaching them how to be soldiers and was stationed in Zeon. Char knew this, and with the new conflict, they ended up attacking the barracks that the Federation were based at, killing almost everyone. I think this is important because this marks the start of the 1-year war. As things were getting pretty spicy and as the Federation left the space, the older brother of Garma, Dalzel, was working on transforming mobile workers which were used for mining operation on asteroids into a full-functioning mobile suit with the help of Dr. Trednov Y. Minovsky, who was the founder of Minovsky Physics and was able to contain the Minovsky particles into a source of energy that the new mobile suits can use, aka the Zaku's. Before the engines, right, they were on the Zaku's back, but because of Minovsky, he created an internal power source. To be honest, I'd say he's like Einstein, because after Zeon got too crazy, he tried leaving but ended up dying on the moon. RIP Dr. Minovsky. After Dr. Minovsky's death, the Federation realized that they needed to combat the new mobile suit, so they ended up creating the RX-78, which is what we know today as Gundam, which was being built on Side 7. The lead researcher of the project was none other than Amuro Ray's dad, Temray, and while he was working, he accidentally left all the research of the Gundam in his house, leading to Amuro knowing about the project as well. As things continued to escalate, the Texas colony ended up getting hit by not only bandits, but also by the Zeon forces, leading to Sayla's stepdad's death. This was also the time that one of Zabi's secret agents informed her that her brother Caswell, aka Char, was still alive and that he was piloting a red mobile suit. And while this was still on Texas colony, she was actually able to see the Red Comet Zaku, but still no communication because, you know, Char is attempting to take revenge on the Zabi family by climbing the ranks in the military. After the Texas colony, Sayla then gets transferred to Side 7 to be a substitute nurse since they were understaffed and it was away from the Zeon conflict. As she gets transferred, Zeon forces then started to attack Side 7 since Char was responsible for finding where the new mobile suit was, RX-78. In this process, Amuro ended up finding Gundam, piloting it, and saving the colony somewhat, and left to Earth on White Base, which was also a new type of battleship created to combat the new Zeon forces. And this is where the anime Mobile Suit Gundam comes in. The Mobile Suit Gundam origin helped become a catalyst to the anime that we all love and enjoy. I think this 6-episode anime is perfect if you're trying to get into the Gundam universe. What's special about any Gundam series is that it has an amazing pacing, lovable characters, and you get to see both sides of the war. Both sides aren't coherently bad or evil, but what's bad is that war itself is bad, and the atrocities that follow after and the people that have to gain from war are also terrible and scummy. Gundam is what I would call a space opera. It's on the same level as Star Wars, Star Trek, and Battlestar Galactica. What's different between Gundam and those shows is that it focuses on the beliefs and thoughts of almost everyone in the show, and also has mechs as well. It shows how much people will go through to save their home against invaders on both sides, and the extent that a civilization will go through for war. Gundam is more than just a mecha anime. It can't even be compared to other mecha anime because of how diverse the timeline is. Different universes with different beliefs, different rules, and originations. Overall, I say that Gundam is one of those animes that you should try, not because it has mechs, but because of the sci-fi aesthetic that also leaks into the plot that just makes this anime so fucking good. Besides Gundam, I highly suggest watching the Gundam Origin, right, to get a feel if you like the UC timeline itself and to see where everything began. Let me tell you, you will get emotionally invested due to how some situations just come about. This anime kind of forces you to watch on the sidelines where you see some of the most messed up events in Gundam history. For example, dropping an entire space colony on the Earth, wiping out half the population. I don't know about you, but have you seen something that crazy in anime besides, you know, like Devil May Cry Baby or something chaotic like that? I rate Gundam Origin 10 out of 10, and I'm excited to finish up the rest of the series, Mobile Suit Gundam, to figure out how the 1-year war ended. And if you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up and turn the bell icon for more videos that I post. And if you agree with this video or disagree or have any opinions, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what anime I should do next. This is Keon, signing out.